Now that our results will be out tomorrow afternoon, I'm so sure we are going to overcome. Now we should be able to get our BDA class being full. So we shall overcome. All right, great. So then what do I want to do today? Something very, very simple. What I would want to do today is something very simple. I would want us to look at one question that was brought last semester. It's a BDA question. It's a BDA question that was brought last semester. Let me just pull it up. Yeah, great. Okay. So this is advanced Excel stroke business data analytics stroke business data analytics. So I'm looking at the paper that was done last semester, 2024, August, where we are told question number 22, Manoti Were has recently been thinking of buying his dream car a few years after joining Rafiki Circle. Having established a Mercedes E-Class vehicle would cost between 2.7 million to 3 million. He approached the circle for a loan of shillings 2 million, with the difference to come from the sale of his current car with a current market resale value of $1 million. The circle confirmed that Manoti Were qualifies for the loan and were willing to advance him a new loan under the following terms and conditions. The loan amount is 2 million. Period of payment is 5 years. The payment frequency is monthly. Annual interest rate 11%. Monthly repayment is 43,485. Additional information: the loan is to be repaid on a monthly basis. The first installment is due at the end of the first month after the loan disbursement. Manoti Were has approached you for advice as he does not understand how the repayment amounts and interest on loans are arrived at. So required, using an appropriate MS Excel function, confirm to Manoti Were that indeed the monthly repayment amount is 43,485 is actually correct. So then if I'm the one doing this, what shall I be able to do pretty fast? It's very easy what I will do. So of course I will have my solutions worksheet. So I'll be able to come and pull this. So I'll simply come and copy this information for the loan. How do I copy this table very first? It's very easy. You simply use your 2 left fingers, hold on to Control and Shift permanently down there. And then I'll use the navigation arrows. The right arrow, I'm still holding on to Control and Shift. And then I'll be able to go here. I click like that. You can see I've highlighted this table. And then I'll be able to copy this particular loan information table, Control C, and then I can open up a new worksheet where I'm going to have a solution for question number 22. Solution for question, so Control V, like that. So of course, this sheet, it'll be important for me to rename it. I'll rename this one here to question 22 solution. Question 22 solution. So my solution is there. Question 22 solution. So you can see these figures are not fitting here very well. So it's because this figure is really huge than the cell. So then how do I expand this? It's very easy. I will come here. I can use the concept of HOA, but I mean, nowadays things are very easy. I can simply come here and say, here, highlight the entire sheet, and then anywhere in between the columns, EF, FG, I simply double click like that. And then everything is able to fit. All right. So remember, we are paying this loan on a monthly basis. But you can see the interest rate is given here is an annual interest rate. All right. Even the number of periods, I can see it is in terms of years, 5 years. So then the first thing that I'll do is to come and get what we call the norm. Number of months. number of months. So how do I get number of months? It's very easy. I know that each year that I'm picking there, each of those 5 years, each year has 12 months. So we'll say these times 12, enter. So those are 60 months. These are 60 months, number of months. NOM stands for number of months. And then now we have, this is annual interest rate. Now I need the monthly interest rate. I need the monthly interest rate. So whatever I have here is for a whole year. So remember, when I'm starting a function in my cell, I must start by saying equals. So this 11% is for a whole year, and I want this to be divided into 12 months. So take the cell, you say divide by 12 like that. I don't have to change it to percentage. I can just leave it like that. Let it stay like that. All right. Now, ladies and gentlemen, having gotten these, moving forward, it's very, very easy. So Roman 1 of this question, number 1 of this question, they want me to give them what we call the PMT, which is what here? The monthly repayment here. The monthly repayment. They want me to confirm for them the monthly repayment. How much is the repayment? So in Excel, MS Excel, we use what we call the PMT. So then how will I be able to get this PMT, ladies and gentlemen? I have my function here. I know it is equals PMT. It has come up here, blue. So once it's blue like that, go ahead and tab. So when you tab like that, you can see now the narration, PMT rate. What is rate? What is the rate? It is this monthly interest rate. I pick it like that. I'm simply following this. This will be able to tell me, like, on a monthly basis, how much will I be paying? So the rate is this cell here, comma. Then I have number of periods. Number of periods, these are number of months. They are 60, comma. Then I have the present value. The present value, ladies and gentlemen, is this 2 million. The loan that I'm going to receive today. But now remember, this 2 million, I'm supposed to capture it as an outflow because the bank is giving out. The 2 million, this is the catch word. The 2 million is supposed to always be captured as an outflow. So you come and say minus this 2 million here. And then you can see these other parentheses, they are in square brackets, meaning that they are not mandatory. Yeah? Future value, not mandatory. The type, not mandatory for now. So in this case here, close brackets. And then you are able to see that the answer is 43. This person will be paying 43,484.85. 484.85. If you want to put this in Kenya shillings, you can come and do customization, or the very best as you start Excel, you just simply come and remove the dollar. You simply come and give this a general or just a number. Give it a number like that. 43,484.85. You can give it a separator if you wish. A separator, 1,000 separator. 43,480. So remember the question here was about what? If you remember the question that this examiner asked us, ladies and gentlemen, if I just share the whole screen here, if you remember the question here that the examiner asked us, number 1, they wanted us to the requirement from this BDA question, using an appropriate MS Excel function, confirm to Manotiwere that indeed the monthly repayment of the amount is 43,485. 2 marks free. So that is confirmed. That is confirmed. And what I don't know is whether you guys are able to do this from your side. Are you able to do this from exactly what I'm doing from your side? Do you have this booklet? Do you have this booklet? Please talk to me in the chats, because I would want, as I do it, you guys should be doing it as well. As I do it, you guys should be doing this as well. So do you have the booklet, the BDA booklet? Just joined. All right, let me just save it and then I send it here. All right. Because as I do it, you guys, I also expect you to be doing this. I expect you to be doing this. All right. So I've sent it, confirm that you are able to see it. And once you get it, can you kindly share it within the group, WhatsApp group? I need somebody to share this in our WhatsApp group. Yeah. So then that would mean that I repeat, exactly what I've done. Can you kindly confirm that you've been able to get the workbook? Confirm that you've been able to get the workbook. I've sent it in. I've sent it in the chat box here. All right. Thank you so much. So download it. And then of course you should be able to now do this live. And of course, for the students who are following me on YouTube, you should also be able to get this. If you get in touch with us, we can send it to you. But most importantly, you need to be our student. For BDA, we are charging 9,000 Kenya shillings. 9,000 Kenya shillings. And with this 9,000, you get access to all our videos. You get to attend our Zoom classes. All right. And of course, you enjoy all the other benefits of being a student at RCM. Of course, if you are willing to get in touch with us today, our number is 0719 525,000. 0719 525 000. 0719 525 000. Make it 7K. We have always been charging 9,000 for so long. We have always been charging 9,000. And if you look at, for example, last semester, we had about 600 students in total. So they appreciate the value you're giving. Like we have an LMS. We are the only college which has a learning management system where our students are able to practice exams inside, and the LMS marks for themselves. Yeah. So tungoja exams ndio tukuje straight away. Mwende, are you on WhatsApp? I want to believe somebody has shared. Yes, thank you very much, Irene. Somebody has shared this on WhatsApp. Yes, Andy, I'm waiting for these results tomorrow. And of course, I'll be waiting for you to join my class. And I really pray that you pass. All of you should be able to pass. All right. So then here we are. I will start this afresh, ladies and gentlemen. We are doing this question number 22. This question number 22 of BDA August last semester. Question number 22. Question number 22. Question number 22. So question number 22, we are told here Manoti Were has recently been thinking of buying his dream car a few years after joining Rafiki Sacco. Having established a Mercedes E-Class vehicle would cost between 2.7 million and 2 million to shillings 3 million. He approached the Sacco for a loan of 2 million, with the difference to come from the sale of his current car with a current market resale value of $1 million. Resale value of $1 million. The Sacco confirmed that Manoti Were qualifies for the loan and were willing to advance him a new loan under the following terms and conditions. So you can see these terms here. All right. So additional information, the loan is repaid on a monthly basis. The first installment is at the end of the month. So Manoti Were has approached you. You are now the expert required. Using an appropriate Excel function, confirm to Manoti Were that indeed the monthly repayment amount is this. So then what I will do, ladies and gentlemen, is to come and copy the loan amount. I'll copy the loan amount. So come here, highlight this. After you highlight it, say Control C. to copy, always go to a new, and this is the practical way that I would want you to be doing. Go to a new sheet. In this booklet, when you're doing this in CASNEB, go to a new sheet, like I've done before. So in this new sheet, say question 22, solution. No worries. Okay, no worries. So come here, first of all, Control V. Question 22 is here. So Control C, and then come here. So we have here Control what here? V. And then this sheet here is the one that I was looking for. This one here. I mean, right click on it. Right click on it. And then you say rename. Right click on it, and then you say rename. And then you say question 22, solution. Question 22, solution, like that. Then you can see these figures here are very, very big. Question 22, solution. I can continue a little bit. Question 22. I can use, because I named another one like that. So I can use, in this case here, an underscore. All right. So ladies and gentlemen, after then I reach here, I can see this figure is too big, it's not able to fit. So how do I do this? I can either come and do this traditionally, like I know most of you will do. Or if there are very many cells like that, it will be only prudent for you to come here and highlight the entire sheet. And then you come to any in-between cell and double click. Now there you are. So remember, I'm paying this loan on a monthly basis. I have a period of 5 years. So the first thing I need to do is to come and give them the number of months. How do we get number of months? It's very easy. You come and say equals. You say these 5 years. We know that each year has got 12 months. Each year has how many months? Each year has 12 months. So in total then, my number of months will be 60. My number of months in total will be 60. And then this is an annual interest rate. I need to make it monthly interest rate. So we have here monthly. We have here monthly interest rate. So monthly interest rate, what do we have here? Monthly interest rate. So this monthly interest rate, ladies and gentlemen, what I will do, I will come and say equals. I must start with equals, of course, in Excel functionalities. So this is a rate for a whole year. So I'll come and divide this by what year? I divide this by 12 to get rate of interest per month. I can convert this to percentage if I wish, but I mean, now from there, number one, they want me to give them the PMT, the payment. There is a ninja writing my, so the PMT is the functionality in Excel that is able to tell me my monthly installments. So this PMT stands for installments here. The installment. How much will I be paying every month? So then I'll be able to come and say equals. Then I press PMT. I can see it has come there in blue. It's here coming in blue. So I need to come and say tab. Then the rate is here. I pick the monthly rate, comma, number of periods, they are 60. So I'm not typing 60 there, I'm picking there because I would want my solutions to be dynamic. So that if I change things, everything will be changing, comma. Then we have the present value is the loan that I'm receiving. But now remember, this loan you are receiving from the bank side, it's a cash outflow. So it must always be captured using negative. So negative, then you pick the 2 million like that. And then you close because these others are in square brackets, meaning that they are not mandatory. So I need to come here and close brackets and then I enter like that. So you can see, ladies and gentlemen, here we are getting 43 something here. I don't want this to be in the form of currency because my currency is in Kenya shillings. So I can run away from this by just giving it general. And then I can use the 1000 separator like that. Later on, I'll be showing you how to put Kenya shillings, although that will be a time waster for you. So is there somebody who has been able to do exactly what Mwalimu has done? Is there anybody who has been able to do exactly what Mwalimu has done? Because I gave you the sheet. And today you guys are not talking to me the way you normally talk to me, please. Please talk to me because I've got a lot to show you. If you're not understanding, you simply tell me, I'm not understanding, I repeat. Yeah, at least Benson has been able to confirm there. Benson has been able to say stuck at the formula of PMT, I'll be able to repeat. So stuck at the formula of PMT. So from office, great. So then are you able to share your screen if you don't mind? This person who is stuck on the formula of PMT. Are you able to share your screen? Do you know how to share your screen? Please, I assist you at once. Just share your screen. If you don't mind, just share your screen. I'll be able to show you these at just once here. Okay. So I can share myself. So if I share my screen, ladies and gentlemen, here, to get this PMT is not a hard thing. What you need to do is to come and say equals. You start by saying PMT. PMT calculates the payment for a loan based on constant payments and a constant interest rate. So I can come and double click it, or I tab. There is tab on top of your caps lock. And then there is a rate here. So the rate, you come and pick the rate, you say comma, number of periods, there are 60, you say comma, then you say minus because of this present value to show it's a cash outflow from the bank is giving money. Yeah, like that. And then the others, of course, you can see future value and type are in square brackets, meaning that they are not mandatory. You close. Then you say enter. So see, now we have answered the question. Because the question here, what was the question about? The question, ladies and gentlemen, here was about, the question was about, Pole Mwende, I'll be able to sort you out. So the question here, if you look at the question 22, it was about confirm. They wanted you to confirm to Manoti where that indeed the monthly repayment is 43,485. That indeed the monthly repayment is 43,485. And you can see from this, whatever you have done here, you can see from whatever you have done here in this question 22 solution, indeed we are getting this 43,484 point something like that. So this figure is correct. And then now part 2 of the question, they want you to prepare a loan amortization schedule. And then they have gone ahead to tell you that you label the columns as period, monthly repayment, principal, interest, and loan balance. So then we'll come here and mention loan amortization schedule. So the schedule here, the schedule is here. So this is what I will do. I will come straight away. I start with the period. And remember, period, we are starting with months. So then months, what I will do, because I'm writing this from month 1, I can start from month 0 to month 60. Month 0, I'm getting this money today. So I'll come and say equals. I use the sequence. So I'm using the sequence. I use the sequence. So rows, they shall be 61. Why 61? Because I'm going to start from 0, remember. All right. I'm going to start from 0. And then I'll come and say here, comma. Columns, I don't have to state columns. I don't have to state number of columns. So I can put immediately another comma. Where am I starting from? You can see this is now the darker one. I'm starting from 0, comma. And the steps, it's 1, 1, 1. 0, 1, 2, 3. So 1, like that. I close brackets. I say enter. So if I say control down arrow, you can see it has taken me to 60. It has taken me down to 60. It has taken me down to 60, like that. If I say control Z, I repeat this. Some other students will come and write 0 here. And then they come and use the sequence down here, which is now the easier way. You come and say equal sequence. I love this because now if you follow this approach, you'll simply come and write here 60. Exactly. You don't even have to close brackets. You don't have to do anything. You'll simply come and say enter. And now this thing takes itself straight away. You say control down arrow 60. 60. So is there somebody who has been able to do that? I'm so sure most of your exiles are not 2021 or MS Office 365. Is there somebody who has been able to do exactly what Mwalimu has done here? Anybody who has been able to do exactly what Mwalimu has done here with sequence? You need the sequence functionality. I'm waiting to hear from you. Yeah, this is the August paper we did. Yes. Yes, Idi Yosudwa. This is the August paper that you guys did. I hope you are able to see the answers, Idi. Great. Thank you so much. So then I will be able to come and continue because I'm not getting any questions from you, great people. So I'll be able to come here. So here I am, I'll be able to go back home. So home here, remember the first thing I'll do is to come and mention here opening balance, opening balance, opening B, tab. I go to the next one. The next one, I'll be interested in the installment amount, the installment, which is my PMT, installment, which is my PMT. Now from there, ladies and gentlemen, this installment has got two components. Every time I pay any installment, I must be paying interest. So I have here my monthly interest amount. Anytime I pay installment, I must be having principal here. I have the principal amount. And then, of course, I'll be able to have what we call the CB. CB is closing balance. CB, closing balance. Very good. So I can see some of these things are not, they're hidden. I can come and make this a little bit bigger. Great. Good job. Now remember, opening balance, or rather at time zero, don't write here. Time zero, we start with this. We shall close, time zero is today. So basically time zero, what is happening at time zero? We have in this case here, these 2 million shillings. Every figure must be positive, 2 million shillings like that, which will basically mark the opening here. If you wish, you can put this here and again there, no worry. Which again will mark our opening at month one. Opening month one, so equals, so we have here 2,000 tab. That's what we begin with. The installment equals, pick the installment is here. The installment amount is here. That is the installment amount. What do we know about this installment? That this installment will never change. The installment will be the same throughout. Can a student who has attended my advanced Excel classes tell me, which function will I use whenever I know a number is going to be constant throughout? Which function am I going to use? Whenever I know that a number is going to be constant throughout, which function should I use to lock it up? Because I must do some lockup. You're right, I must use F4. Some computers, F4, you must say function, you press F4. So in this case here, basically, whenever a figure is going to be constant, that's a superior figure. We must dollarize it. You can see these dollars here, this dollarization. All right. So that is the installment. We've been able to dollarize it. It's quite a key figure to us. So you say tab. So coming here, you can see here, they want us to give them the interest. Interest is always pegged on the opening balance, the amount that you start with at the beginning of each month. The outstanding balance at the beginning of each month will be the basis for us to charge you interest. So I'll say here equals, then I pick these 2,000, and then I say times. In this case here, we have our monthly interest rate. What do we know about this monthly interest rate? It is so constant such that we must dollarize it. We must dollarize this because monthly interest rate will not be changing. The rate will not be changing. So how do I dollarize this? I'll come and say function F4 like that. And then I continue, ladies and gentlemen. And then I'll come and ask myself, how much in this case here is the principal amount paid? Out of this 43,485, I know that interest is 1833. So the balance, ladies and gentlemen, I know always that installment, whatever installment that is paid, it'll always be equal to the interest for the month plus who? Interest for the month plus the principal, like that. Interest plus the principal. So then if they want me to make principal the subject, if they want me to make the principal the subject principal, what I'll do, I will come and take the installment. And then I subtract what here? The interest that I've gotten here. So I will come here to get this principal. I will come here and say equals. I take this installment and then I say minus the interest. Don't lock anything there because this principal will be changing. Come and say tab. So when you say tab, to get the closing, you'll come and take this amount. You'll take this amount which is here. And then you say minus the principal paid. Minus the principal paid. Don't lock nothing there. And then you should be able to say enter like that. And once you've done that, then you should be able to come here and basically highlight the entire row 2 now, row 1, I mean. You will highlight like that. And then once you have done that, now you should be able to come to this, our little friend here, the hungry and angry rabbit. So you come to our little friend here, the autofill friend. So this autofill, you simply hit it down. You simply hit it down like that. And by doing that, then you have your loan amortization, what year? You have your loan amortization schedule, which is now amortizing to what year? Which is amortizing to 0. Which is amortizing to 0. Which is amortizing to 0. So if they asked us to give them the total interest, that will be it. But come, for example, the December sitting. The December sitting, what I will do if I'm the one in this case here, after you've done the first question, all right? All right, after I've done the first of all, I would want to know, before I continue prolonging this, I would want to know whether there is anybody who has been able to reach here. I would want to know whether there is anybody who has been able to reach here. Anybody before I answer Esther? Great. I reached there. Great. 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 And of course, as you were marking this, most students were not able to get this other. Now, don't discuss about that. Great. Don't discuss about that. Great. We shall overcome. We shall overcome. All right. All right. So before I repeat, is there anybody who has been able to reach where Mwalimu has reached? Where Mwalimu has reached? Anybody who has been able to reach where Mwalimu, even if it's one student out of these 70-something students? Yeah, I'll be able to repeat. I'll be able to repeat. And I'm so sure that most students, where they are not able to do it is in getting this concept of dollarization, that constant parameters must always be dollarized. So as I repeat, I'm so sure there are many of you here who are going to do BDA this semester. If you're going to do BDA this semester, RCM Online College is the place to be. Yeah, like ED's class. Last semester, the evening class alone, it was 400 students, over 400 students. There were students in this case here doing these classes here using videos only. Others were in the early morning. So RCM is the place to be. And I would want to welcome all of you to join Mwalimu here. And of course, our number is 0719 525 000. 0719 525 000. Once you join in, then we shall be able to connect you to our learning management system. This learning management system will store all the videos for the entire semester. And then we shall be able to give you access to our Zoom classes. Yeah, like Edie will tell you, I mean, they had a very good experience last semester with the BDA. You need a college that has got this kind of a learning management system where you are able to get in the system and then you practice exam questions and then the system marks for you. That is a system that RCM is giving you, plus, of course, the Zoom experience at Kenya shillings 9,000. And that Kenya shillings 9,000, you will be able to do what you're to. You can as well pay it in 2 installments. So let me repeat. And before I repeat, my good students, this is what I would want to show you. Just a minute here. If I just come and open a new sheet here. You see, if, for example, assuming you have a price here of, say, 10 shillings. A price of, say, 10 shillings. And then you have quantity. Now, this quantity fluctuates. This quantity, for example, we have 123. Let me just put it here. Quantity, for example, you have 123. You have, in this case here, for example, 230. We have, for example, here 150. We have another quantity for a different tier, say 250, like that. And then somebody comes and tells you, hey, could you kindly give us revenue? Could you kindly give us revenue? Then how do you get revenue? You can't come and say equals 123, and then you say times 10, all right? And then you say, of course, enter, and then you start. Of course, 123 times 10 is 1230. You see, first of all, I forgot to tell you that revenue is price times quantity. Revenue is sales. And how do we get sales? We take price times quantity. So if you try now using the power of Excel to autofill here down, your answers cannot be right. Well, because when I come here and I say F2 to show the formula, you will see what it has done. It has taken this 150. It has taken this 150. You can see this one blue, G7 blue, times the red. The red, it has gone down. And I never look at even this one here. If I say F2 here, if I say, you can see it has taken this, and it has gone down one cell. So this is what we call relative referencing. References are relative. References are changing. I would want this quantity references here to change, but the price, I don't want price to change totally. I don't want price to change totally. So if I come and say here, Control Z to undo. So what I'll do, I'll come and say equals, I pick in this case here the quantity, 1 times the price. And I would want this price to be applicable. Price is not changing. I would want this price to be applicable forever downwards, meaning that I need to come and do what here, dollarize it. So I need to come and dollarize it. And dollarize it, you use F4. F4. If you look at your computer, up there we have F functions, F1 all the way to F12. Some computers you'll just press F4 the way it is, but most other computers here, you'll come and press Fn. If I say escape here, you'll come and press Fn. There is an Fn there, and then now you press together with F4 like that. Most computers really. So Fn is very near control. So you'll come and say equals, then you pick here quantity, and then you say times. Now this 10, which I pick, I have to press Fn first and then F4. So it's like I'm pressing them at the same time. But first of all, start with the Fn, keep on holding on to it, and then you press F4. Then you'll be able to get that happening. Then you say Control Enter, and then you'll be able to come and pull this down. So you can see if this is 250 times 10. If I come and say here, function F2 to show the formula, you can see it has taken 250, this moved, but this which was dollarized is ever constant there. If I come and do the same here, you can see if I say function F2, you can see this is blue, this dollarized one is ever constant like that. So ladies and gentlemen, if I'm to repeat what we discussed up there, if I'm to repeat what we discussed here now, if we were to repeat what we discussed here, ladies and gentlemen, if I were to repeat what we discussed here, ladies and gentlemen, if I come here, now come here, where we have this question to ensure solution, this one here, this one here, this one here. Great. So this one here, ladies and gentlemen, if I just want to delete everything, Control up arrow. So now here we are. I will want to just delete everything for your sake, which I'll come here. All right, Control Shift down arrow, and then I say delete like that. So period, I'll write 0 here. Enter, then I say equals sequence tab. So I want 60 rows down, 60 like that. Enter. Great. Control down arrow, Control up arrow. So then we start with this opening. Opening in this case, of course, you guys have told me we have 2 million here. I don't have to type. I'll simply come and pick it. So opening, I have the 2 million. Times 0. This is what I'm being given. Remember when I say tab, there is no installment being paid at time 0. No interest, nothing, principal, nothing. So closing, basically closing, will be what here? Somebody will still be this 2,000 to this 2 million. That is the closing. And then you come to time 1. So time 1, I would want to connect this with this, because it's normally a pattern. It's a pattern. I say enter. Installment, what do I have as installment? I will come and say installment. I know installment is this. And now this one has to be dollarized because installment does not change. Installment does not change. So come here and say F4 like that. You get ahead tab. So interest is always pegged on the opening balance. You take this 2 million, you say times, in this case here, the monthly, not yearly interest, but monthly interest, this one. And this monthly interest is going to be constant. The monthly interest will be constant, so I need to dollarize it. Dollarizing it means I press Fn and then F4 at the same time. All right. So then I have the interest, then I need to come and say equals here. I need to come and say equals. I know how to get the principal. It's installment minus interest. It is this installment minus the interest like this. I don't need now to dollarize anything. So tab. Then I know closing balance. The closing loan balance will be what I have here. It can only reduce by, a loan can only be reduced by principal amount. A loan cannot go down by the interest. A loan can only be reduced by the principal amount. So whenever I'm getting closing balance, I will take, in this case here, whenever I'm getting closing balance, ladies and gentlemen, I will consider what we had at the beginning of the year minus the principal paid like that. All right. Now, in this case, I'll be able to come here and say what here? Enter, like that. Kuisha maneno. So from there, you come and basically pick this like that. And then now you come and use our little friend. We love this friend. You know, we have got this is only for highlighting. Doesn't do much. It's like hot air, the white one. But the black one, this is an angry ninja. So this one, when you come and hit this rabbit from behind, 2 strokes of the cane. In this case here, you double click. Then automatically you are able to see this thing amortizing. So if you come and click here and then you say control down arrow, you'll be able to see it has gone down to 0. It has gone down to 0. So if they ask you, for example, to provide the total what here, the total interest. So then what I will do, ladies and gentlemen, I will be able to go back here. If they tell me to provide the total interest, I'll come and highlight row number 13. I go to data, I go to data, I go to data here, I go to data here. When I'm at data here, ladies and gentlemen, I mean, there are many things you could do here. There are many things you could do here. I can see somebody asking a question here. Excel 2021, yes. Samadu, do you teach physical classes personally, please? No. But we have very competent teachers there at RCM Standbank. For Mwalimu, if you want to get service of Mwalimu, you can only get service of Mwalimu, in this case here, by joining his online classes. You can only get Mwalimu services by joining his online classes. Nowhere else. All right. I hope I've answered your questions. Great. And the online classes are as good. Actually, they are better than physical, because physical, you'll realize you're given like say 3 sessions there. I mean, and then you don't get videos. You see, you're getting videos for the entire. And then you are getting access to a learning online community. This learning online community is ever constant, So come here, ladies and gentlemen. Let's get back here. Okay. So instead of changing this to data table, I can easily come here. Let me just highlight this. Then we go to view. Yeah, we go to view. Instead of changing this to a data table, which I would have said Control T or just go to data there. So I can come here and, for example, freeze the pane here. So I want to freeze the top row. So how do I freeze the top row? What I've done, I've come to row number 13 and I wanted to freeze this top row. So what does it mean when I say I've frozen the top row? When I move this, you can now see things are happening. This row number 12, which is the title row, Control B, you can see it's not moving with me. Now, if this examiner comes and tells me he wants me to analyze a few things down here, I can now come here very comfortably. Like when he wants interest, I'll come here and say Alt equals Enter. So I'm able to know the total interest. I can even pick it from here. I mean, from the installment. Let me just delete this. I can pick it from here, the installment, interest, and the principal. So those 3, I can easily come and say Alt, I'm holding on to Alt, equals. So you can see the figures are very big, no problem. You come and do what here and highlight, and then you're able to get like that. So you can see out of the total principal of 2 million, total interest here was 609. So you can see the total installment paid. It will be this plus this, giving me this. So this is really very important like that. So my time is up, ladies and gentlemen. It has been a pleasure in this case here hosting you this afternoon, and I hope I will be able to teach all of you this semester. My hope is that I will be able to teach all of you come this semester this concept of what here? Advanced Excel. So because of time, I'm supposed to be on another Zoom meeting, Those guys who have still questions, please get in touch with our receptionist, 0719 525 000. Those ones who would want to call Mwalimu directly, my personal number is 0721 620 183. 0721, I repeat, 620 183. Join this winning team. You can never go wrong with us. Otherwise, thank you very much and be blessed. Good afternoon. Bye. And of course, those students who would want to promote Mwalimu on YouTube, you can check me up, Joshua Aura on YouTube. Joshua Aura on YouTube. And once you get our videos there, always like them, sambaza them. You should be able to do what here to